What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here. We are back with another Michael Mask drawing spook Shock-Tober playlist thing. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
HellaDepraved.
Yes.
And this is Persephone, and she's conked out.
Yes, Persephone is sleeping. I don't know whose turn it was to draw.
I don't know, but you get to do it because...
Oh, you want me to draw?
I can't move. You want me to just stick my hand in his head? I mean...
Actually, I think you picked yesterday, but...
I think so, but I can't hold the mask or anything, so... Okay, I got one. Alright. Ah, yes.
It's one of yours!
Yeah, well, and... we know you love this band. Zora is...
I think there's only been like one song of theirs I wasn't a big fan of.
Right. And that was because it was female-centric.
Probably.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was. You were like, it sounded great, but
I can't relate it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
At all. I don't have a vagina.
This one, I think you'll really like.
I never felt like I've had a vagina.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, I think pretty much everything Blackbriar has ever put out could go on the Shock-Tober playlist, and in fact, I have a large amount of their catalog on mine. But this one is so fitting that it made it. It made it into the hat.
I think we added ghosts. Ghost?
Haunting?
Haunting?
So haunting. Or along those lines. Woo!
She tried to commit felinicide.
Something. We have at least that on there. If we don't have like
goodbye and the
my it's welcome to my fairy tale crap. My brain just...
I was gonna say we had one of them last year.
My brain short-circuited.
Regardless, so we did cover their entire album when it came out.
Right.
Cause of a Shipwreck. I'm surprised I remembered the name of the album because I'm usually not good at remembering that.
Which I just spaced out on the name of their EP and the song that we put on last year. So
right.
You're doing better than I like. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like very, very tired. This is the only EP that we haven't we haven't completed in our reactions. So we have a couple songs on this that actually are on my list as alts for this month. But this was the one that I was like, yeah, it absolutely has to go on. So
okay. All right, guys. So with that being said, we're going to react to this. If you guys have already heard it, if not, click the link in the description below. Hop on over, do all the things. Come on back. We said it because we're a commentary, reaction, breakdown comedy channel. What that means is we will pause for whatever the fuck we want to pause for. So with that being said, it is time to slash it up and break it down. This is Blackbriar with Cry of a Banshee.
Let's get it.
It sounds something like, ah!
I mean, it's more of a wail. Yeah.
I just want to see if I get a reaction.
Whale. She's looking at you like she judges you.
Actually, she's got her eyes closed.
Yeah, that's because she's ignoring you.
Let's get it.
On a dreary night, he met a woman down by the waterside, drawn by her weeping song. Even the wind was humming along, and all the trees were moving to the sound she was producing. He watched her sing, feeling her soul might be meant for him.
Oh, it was.
So it's a storytelling song. I mean, a lot of their stuff is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like storytelling. It's fun.
Especially when she tells the story. She's got such a
unique voice.
And it's
fantastic.
Wonderful for the spooky season, too.
Beautiful.
Okay. That was a bad joke win. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the, like, it's one of the things that I honestly have not heard anyone else do this regularly like she does. But she'll be singing, and like mid-word, she'll be like, ah.
Right.
And it's like, I enjoy that.
She flips her voice around a lot.
That
and it's really
sharp lilt, and then it comes back down.
Yeah. It's a very unique, like, so there's a lot of cultures that have that kind of vocal practice in their
like ghost town westerners.
Yeah.
Ghost ships.
Well, no.
Ghosts.
I meant in their actual cultural singing.
Me too.
Not as ghosts.
They're like, ooh.
Oh dear God. It's a practice by a lot of indigenous cultures.
So there's doctorates for it.
Oh boy. But
called it a practice.
It's not used. It's not used in mainstream a whole lot. I'm so tired. I can't barely even follow. I'm sorry. She's gonna fucking roll off of me again.
I'll stop for now.
Please.
You ready to keep going?
Yes.
There's an extremely weird side of me that wants to hear her do a storytelling song based off of Lord of the Rings.
Why Lord of the Rings specifically?
I don't know.
You just think she'd do like elves and stuff real well?
Maybe. Well, her voice fits well with the mystical
it kind of does. Yeah.
feel of the Shire.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe not the Shire specifically, but the entire.
Like maybe the big dragon in The Hobbit. She could do a song about that one.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah, I mean.
I don't mean like, obviously it'd be kind of ridiculous for her to do a song of like,
Well, I mean, if you think about it,
dude.
Pretty much everything that she does is myth lore based. So that would be I personally would really like for her to tackle like the really dark side of the Fae. Like the actual traditional stories of the Fae folk. Because they're not nice at all. I don't know how they transcribed into like
we were on like we averaged like one dude drowning per song on...
Yeah, I know. That's why I think she'd do fabulous when it comes to like the actual Fae. Yeah, and she'd make it sound just as beautiful as they're supposed to be.
Right.
Just lethal. Yeah.
I am going to tell you what. If and when she has kids, if she doesn't have them already.
I have no idea.
She's going to be a fantastic storyteller.
Oh,
she's going to be able to sing the songs of...
She would be a great mom.
Like, she would sing Cinderella to the kids.
Right.
And it would be...
I would...
The real Cinderella.
Yeah, exactly. She's going to be, like, the Grimm fairy tales kind of mom.
Yes.
Which I think is the right kind of mom.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, like, we've taken out all of the morals of the story anyway. So, yeah, like, go for it. Yeah. Preserved Roses is one of the ones that we covered last year that was out of the hat last year, because that's the one that's based on the serial killer collecting.
Didn't we do a witch burning song?
Yeah, We'd Rather Burn, but like I don't think we recently covered that.
Right.
It wasn't the Preserved Roses was one of the we did more than one for the list last year, but anyway, yeah, I really like this one because not many people talk about the Banshees anyway, and they were the omens of death, and then there's this story.
You know why don't you? Because most guys hear their woman bitching all the time anyways. They don't need to hear a story about...
Well, I mean, maybe they should listen because they're going to die soon.
I don't mean me.
I mean, maybe if they listened, they wouldn't die.
And I'm not her either.
But I think it's rather funny. I mean, again, it's Zora entirely.
Right.
There's this guy walking along. He hears this beautiful singing, sees this gorgeous woman all in misty white. What does he do? Walks on over. And as soon as he gets close to her, she, like, breaks into a scream. And it's because, you know, it's his time. It is his time. Oh, how the tables have turned.
But that's bullshit. Like, how's a guy ever supposed to meet a girl?
Maybe not walking at the park in the middle of the night? I don't know.
As long as he's not there to kidnap her.
Well... kind of gotta wonder what he was doing.
Probably just enjoying a night stroll.
Sure.
I would night stroll.
Sure. Except for he's fated to die.
I'm also not a stroller.
Yeah, at all. So there's that.
Although one day we might be old enough to walk the malls.
One day we might need a stroller.
Also true. Not a baby stroller. Before anybody takes that wrong.
Yeah. So, I mean, we might need a bassinet. Fucking strap her in. Like...
She can't even lay flat right.
She has absolutely no self-preservation. No instinct.
The problem is I want to let her fall, but then she'll just claw into your leg on the way down.
Yeah, so she's not just going to fall. She's going to, like, cling. All right.
Yeah, he was just gonna ask you out, you fucking twat.
No. She's an omen of a death. My guess is he was there to unsubscribe.
I need that spelled out more clearly.
My guess is he was going down to the river to unsubscribe from life.
I don't see people just drowning themselves. Do you know how hard that would be?
I'm guessing like jumping off a bridge or something. I mean, so the concept of the Banshee is basically what she said. She's a harbinger of death. Like she's already seen that this dude is fated to die, and how. I mean, in some stories, In some stories, the Banshee doesn't know how, but they do know, like, time.
Oh, so you're here to jump in the river. Proceed.
Right. Yeah. She just screams it at him instead.
So banshees are useless. Is what you're saying.
No.
You're gonna die! I know, that's what I came here to do.
Right. I mean, maybe in this case, maybe. He was like, well, I thought I had just found a reason to live.
At the very least, she could be like, look, instead of dying this way, let me chase you. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Have fun dying! Ah! I mean, at the very least, if the firefighters heard something like, hey, there's another one.
Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust.
All of a sudden,
like, why is this chick at every scene?
You got the paramedics dancing to Another One Bites the Dust as they're walking up to the river, holding the fucking gurney.
Hey, I mean, it's either that or I went down to the river to pray. You know.
Right.
You can have it a couple different ways.
Good.
Yeah.
Have it your way.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
For she is the omen of death, the harbinger of doom.
Someone's gonna hate me before this is over. Unless he didn't know he was going there to die.
Right. Like, maybe he was going and gonna have a heart attack.
Like, maybe he was gonna ask her out on a date. And then on the way over, she screamed, he had a heart attack. Of course! You
Right.
know when he's gonna die. You scared the shit out of me.
Right. Well, you know.
Screaming at me, looking like one of the dead people from The Ring and shit.
Right. Yeah, you might have a stroke right there.
Right!
Yeah.
I'm fucking dead!
All right. I mean...
What sucks is I have a mask on so nobody can see my face.
Right. Right. Sora, we need a little clarification, obviously.
I'm gonna have to go look up fucking banshees now.
Really? You don't know that much about banshees?
No.
Oh.
I don't know a whole lot about mythical creatures.
They're not usually portrayed as pretty. Some are. There's some, well, I mean, mostly newer.
Well, maybe he was ugly too. Like, hey, I see
Paranormal.
you're ugly, I'm ugly.
I meant more like crone-like, or like what we think of as witch-like, or
Oh,
even
even better.
times
So he's
with,
probably
like,
an older man.
a lot of times
Who's
with
like, "Hey,
dead
honey."
white hair. You know.
What size is your walking cane?
Ah.
And of course, when she does scream, he is
Roll
gonna
it
have
like
a heart
your
attack.
Control socks. Well, yeah. His pacemaker gave out. Right. I mean, yeah.
I now need a comedy spoof movie of mythical creatures doing stupid shit.
Right. Well, I mean,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, now that I've completely ruined it for most people.
I love her voice.
I absolutely did love the song. It sounds beautiful.
It's almost hypnotic.
The lyrics are almost great.
If you knew what a banshee was.
If I knew what a banshee was.
Right. So the lyrics are fantastic. He just is, you know, a little peasant.
I am ignorant in
right.
Banshee.
Now, I like that this whole thing sounds like the weeping and the crying, and it's the way that she...
Why is she crying over him about to die?
Oh, well, they weren't exactly, like, celebratory critters.
To keep your ass at home, nobody dies.
They were obligated. It was like they were the... what were they? They were women that died over... Like, it was some sort of tragedy. But they were forever fated to hearken someone's death. They weren't the cause, like, primarily. They were not the cause. Banshees? No. It was a woman solely.
It is a good thing.
And they were almost always by the river, like washing clothing or something.
It is a good thing that I am not a female.
Yeah, it is.
And therefore a banshee.
You're also not dead, so
this
yes.
song would take on a whole new meaning. She would be like, over there laughing. You're gonna die!
Right.
Oh, let's see. It'd be like watching a fucking horror movie. Let's see how this one's gonna happen.
It's almost kind of like, I don't know, if you think of like Samara in The Well. Like, it's like once they die, they're fated to a destiny because of the way they died. I mean, that happens in every culture. A lot of times to women, too. Like, women specifically.
Now I'm going to go study Banshees. And,
good.
Nothing else within that mythos. Just Banshees.
Okay, that's fine. I got a couple books.
Cool. On Banshees?
Yeah. At least with Banshee listings.
Oh. Yeah, I bought one of them.
Well, you did, but I also had a couple before then. I also have a couple, like, paranormal books that are... The Banshee is the main character.
I wonder how often
she's like a
woman
detective.
wailing in the background that's never really noticed is in reference to her being a banshee in a movie. Just somewhere random. Like The Crow, right? Say...
Huh. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean...
This is now the weird shit that it
as long as someone dies, I suppose, you could figure it out, like, backwards.
Right.
Yeah. Be like, oh, I see what you did there.
Right.
But yeah, I like that artistically they used her voice as the wailing, crying sound. And honestly, what they've come up with here is almost so hypnotic that I think the first couple of times I had a hard time even hearing the instrumental part necessarily. I was just so tuned into her voice. And at this point, now that I've heard it 1,010,000 times, like, it's one of those that almost lulls me to sleep. It's exactly like now I want her to do a lullaby, like Zora's Lullaby tape, because this one will put me in that sort of like meditative state that I'm ready to sleep to. So I need an entire album. Okay, you know, for such an itty bitty little tyke.
You're trying to take up as much space as possible.
Yeah. You're awful long, kiddo.
All right.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below. What did you think of Blackbriar, Crybaby Banshee? I hope I didn't ruin it for you. Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Peace!